The holographic display flickered in the command center of the S Reckoning, casting blue light across Commander Lisa Chen's face. She stood motionless, her jaw clenched as the data streamed across her neural interface. New Horizon Colony. Population, 1.2 million. Status, extinct. Confirmed, Commander, said Lieutenant Kivin Reeves, his voice hollow. He'd been the first to decrypt the Zathari transmission, a broadcast meant for their own fleet, intercepted by humanity's deep space listening posts. In it, the insectoid aliens had celebrated the cleansing of what they called the mammalian infestation on World 779. Lisa's hands trembled. New Horizon had been a farming colony established only 15 years ago. Families, children, her own cousin had lived there with her 2 daughters. They used stellar converters, Kivin continued, pulling up the weapon schematic. Focused the system's star into a coherent beam, cooked the entire planet's surface in 43 seconds. Nothing survived, not even bacteria. The technology was impressive, horrifyingly so. The Zathari Collective had been humanity's first contact with alien intelligence 3 years prior. Initial exchanges had been cautious but cordial. Humanity had offered trade, cultural exchange, scientific cooperation. The Zathari had responded with bureaucratic delays and vague promises while their scout fleets probed human space. Then they'd found New Horizon, isolated at the edge of the Orion Arm. A test, Lisa realized. They'd wanted to see if humanity would notice, if humanity would care, if humanity would respond. Send the transmission to Earth Command, Lisa ordered. Full encryption, priority alpha. Already done, ma'am. Kivin's fingers danced across the haptic interface. Response coming through now. The face of Admiral Kwame Okonkwo materialized above the holodable, his expression carved from stone. Commander Chen, we've verified your intel through 3 independent sources. The Zathari attack was unprovoked and total. The United Earth Assembly has convened in emergency session. Lisa nodded. Recommendations, sir. The Assembly is voting now, but the outcome isn't in question. Okonkwo's eyes held a cold fire she'd never seen before. We're mobilizing everything. Every ship, every station, every military asset in human space. This is Article 7, Total Warfare Protocol. Article 7. Lisa had studied it at the Academy, a theoretical doctrine written after the Lunar Rebellion of 2187. It had never been invoked, until now. Time to mobilization, she asked. 72 hours for the first wave, full deployment in 140 hours. Okonkwo leaned forward. Commander, the Reckoning and the 7th Fleet will form the vanguard. Your orders are to proceed to rally Point Sigma 9 and await the main force. Do not engage unless directly threatened. Understood. Understood, sir. The transmission ended. Lisa turned to find Kivin watching her, his dark eyes reflecting the same barely contained rage she felt burning in her chest. 300,000 warships, he said quietly. I ran the numbers. That's every military vessel humanity has, plus converted civilian ships, automated defense platforms, and the deep space construction yards are working triple shifts to build more. Lisa pulled up the tactical display. The Zathari Collective controlled 47 star systems in a loose confederation. Their military, according to intelligence estimates, numbered perhaps 30,000 vessels. They had superior energy weapons, but humanity had spent the last 2 centuries perfecting warfare against itself. They think we're weak, Lisa said, because we offered friendship instead of fists, because we wanted to talk instead of conquer. Biggest mistake they ever made, Kivin replied. The Reckoning jumped to rally Point Sigma 9 18 hours later, emerging from the kaleidoscopic tunnel of compressed spacetime to find she wasn't alone. Ships were arriving every few minutes, massive dreadnoughts bristling with railgun batteries, sleek destroyers designed for rapid strike missions, carrier vessels hauling wings of autonomous combat drones, and support ships loaded with enough munitions to level planets. Lisa watched the fleet grow with grim satisfaction. Humanity had learned warfare in Earth's bloodiest centuries, refined it during the colonization of Sol system, and perfected it in the bitter conflicts that followed. Every tactical doctrine, every weapons system, every strategic principle had been tested in human blood. The Zathari were about to receive an education. "Commander, we're receiving a quantum-entangled transmission," Kivin announced. "It's from the Zathari Collective. They're broadcasting on all human frequencies." "Put it through." The image that appeared was distinctly alien, a towering figure with a chitinous exoskeleton, compound eyes, and mandibles that clicked with each syllable. The translation matrix struggled with the language. "Human entities. I am Hive Commander ZX Thara. Your presence in collective space has been noted. Withdraw immediately or face consequences. The cleansing of your illegal settlement on World 779 was justified under collective law. You have no claim to." Lisa cut the transmission with a sharp gesture. "Open a response channel. Wide broadcast. Make sure every Zathari receiver picks it up." She straightened her uniform, aware that this message would define humanity's response, would be studied by historians for centuries. "This is Commander Lisa Chen of the United Earth Space Forces, speaking on behalf of humanity. You murdered 1.2 million civilians without warning or provocation. You destroyed a peaceful colony that posed no threat to your collective. You did this believing we were weak, believing we would accept this atrocity." She paused, letting the words sink in. "You were wrong. We are transmitting your own celebration broadcast back to you, so you understand we know exactly what you did. 300,000 human warships are now en route to collective space. We are not coming to negotiate. We are not coming to accept your surrender. We are coming to ensure that what you did to New Horizon can never happen again." Kivin pulled up the fleet roster on a secondary screen. Ships from every human colony, Mars, Titan, Europa, the asteroid belt habitats, the outer colonies of Proxima and Tau Ceti, all of them converging like an iron fist. "You have one opportunity," Lisa continued. "Total disarmament, dissolution of your military forces, reparations to be determined by a human tribunal, and the extradition of every individual involved in the New Horizon massacre to stand trial under human law. You have 24 hours to respond. After that, we will consider the collective to be in a state of total war with humanity." She ended the transmission and let out a long breath. "Think they'll take it?" Kivin asked. "No," Lisa said. "Their cultural profile suggests they'll see it as weakness. They'll think we're bluffing. Then they'll learn." The response came in 19 hours, defiant, dismissive. The Zathari Collective would not bow to lesser species. They would defend their territory with their full military might. Lisa read the message twice, then filed it carefully. Future generations would want to understand what had triggered the Zathari War. "Fleet status?" she asked. 297,412 vessels at rally points, Kivin reported. "The rest are en route. Admiral Okonkwo is transferring operational command to you for the initial assault." Lisa felt the weight of it settle on her shoulders. 300,000 ships, millions of personnel, the largest military operation in human history. "All ships, this is Commander Chen. Jump coordinates uploaded to your navigation systems. We go in hard, we go in fast, and we don't stop until every Zathari weapons platform is debris. For New Horizon, for humanity." The responses flooded in. Thousands of captains acknowledging orders, their voices creating a chorus of determination. Lisa looked at Kivin, saw her own resolve reflected in his face. They both knew people on New Horizon. They both understood what was coming. "Initiate jump sequence," she ordered. "Let's show them what happens when you erase a human colony." The Reckoning shuddered as its jump drive spooled up, reality bending around the massive warship. Around them, 300,000 vessels prepared to do the same, a fleet so vast it would blot out stars. The Zathari had made their choice. Now they would face the consequences. Now they would learn what humanity could do when pushed to its absolute limit. Now they would understand that mercy had always been humanity's choice, not its weakness. The fleet jumped as one, and the galaxy trembled.